Hey everybody, it's Kelly Oblak for this week's Stash It Monday. This is our inspiration board for the month, and it's a great board, but I totally forgot to use it. Sometimes when I get in my scrap room, I don't know, I'm completely inspired, and I so wanted to use the Snow and Cocoa line, especially because of this brown photograph that I was looking at, brown-based photograph, that I completely forgot about the mood board. So it was a great board, but I didn't use it. Anyway, I am going to start out by using that sort of craft colored snow paper from Crate Paper Snow and Cocoa. And everything here is pretty much snow and cocoa. I'll tell you when it's not. I think there's only 2 things that are not, or 3 things that are not. But anyway, so that paper is the Joy paper from Snow and Cocoa. And I'm scrapbooking a photograph of my cat. And what I was doing was taking a picture of the snow on my deck, a really light snowfall on my deck, really early in the morning, and I didn't realize that the reflection of my cat from the inside was actually on the windows. So she looked ghostly. Anyway, and that's the story behind this, really. That aqua snowflake paper that's behind the mat behind the photograph is from the Wonderland piece of paper, and I'm just going through my Elle Studio cards and looking for things in an aqua color so that I have something to journal on, because I don't have any like journaling spots or cut aparts here that I'm going to be able to use. I do have that pink snowflake paper there, which is the other side of the Wonderland paper. Right now I have a little bit of a scrap of it, but I'm going to change that. And I'm watching something on my iPad as I scrapbook this. So I'm going to ink up the edges here to give them a little bit of definition. And I'm using my Tim Holtz Vintage Photo because the color is kind of brown from that craft paper. Plus, I don't know, this crate paper just said brown to me for some reason. I guess because it's a more vintage line usually. They are more vintage lines. So then I like that plaid paper, and I flipped it over. I'm kind of trying to decide how to position this, and that plaid paper is the at-home paper. You saw the photographs. I'm kind of playing around with using a larger block of the plaid, but how is that going to look with a journaling card there? And I was having a problem keeping the journaling card. I wanted it to touch all the layers if I possibly could, but that pink paper was so short, it was, if I had it touching the layers, it wasn't far enough on the right, and it was just giving me a few little fits. So I do have the rest of the piece left. So what I did is I just went through and I cut a longer strip here, and that's going to take care of my issue. So now I'm just trying to figure out how I'm going to place this and how wide I'm going to make that piece. So I figured that out. And now I'm thinking about turning that plaid paper more vertically than the way I had it. And spoiler alert, that's what I'm going to end up doing in the end. I do like how the photo has a vertical orientation and that journaling spot has a horizontal orientation. That just it makes things a little bit different. All right, so now I am going through some snowflakes here, and these are the glitter die cut snowflakes here. Lots of different colors and a couple of different sizes there, and I like the glitter element of these. It gives these kind of a pop here. And I originally did like this snowflake here with, it has little touches of white on it, but I kept losing the white kind of in the photograph and in the journaling spot, so I decided not to use it. I did grab 2 other snowflakes there, the smaller version of the die cut snowflakes from the pack. And I'm just going back and forth here about what I'm going to do. Ultimately, I kind of like that. It feels a little bit narrower and smaller to me. So then I just shorten that up a little bit, and what I'm doing is kind of looking at this, and right now I'm not loving the fact that it feels heavy at the top to me, and that is because the pink, which is the darker shade, is on the top, whereas the yellow part of the plaid is on the bottom. So I'm thinking about that right now, and what I'm going to do as I just get this part glued down, and I'm just checking the arrangement of the journaling spot versus the photograph to make sure that that snowflake is going to land in the right place. All right. So now what I'm doing here, by the way, I don't know if you're noticing this, but I'm not gluing from the bottom up. I'm actually gluing from the top down. And that way it kind of ensures me often that I'm not going to lose where my layers are actually supposed to be. And there you see, I flipped it because I just decided, and I pointed to the yellow up there, I just decided I really didn't like it that way. All right, I'm going to glue down that snowflake because I know I like that there. And I'm now inking the other snowflake. Inking the die cut snowflake wouldn't have made any difference, so I didn't bother to do it. And here I'm just trying to decide like the arrangement of that gold snowflake and then the aqua colored snowflake there. I like that, so I'm going to glue that down in that spot, and again gluing from the top down pretty much. There I didn't have to worry about it so much before I kind of finish what's going on with that plaid paper there. All right, so I like that arrangement. And I'm just getting in my inking there. And I'm just adjusting that snowflake a little. It shifted so then you could see a little bit of the pink paper behind. All right, so now I have my like main paper all glued together, but the one thing I don't know for sure is where I want it to actually land on this piece on the background paper. And before I decide that, I need to figure out my title, because I know my title is going to be Ghost Cat because she does look like a ghost cat, but I don't know exactly where I'm going to land that in relation to everything else. And so I put the letter up there just to give myself an idea of the spacing. And once I did that, I knew I could glue this down. And of course, I ran out of my ATG. So you'll get to see me, hopefully very quickly, put this together. I could take this out, you guys, but it takes a lot longer to get the videos uploaded if there's too many pieces of the video out there that I'm like melding together. So sorry. But if you don't know how to change an ATG, there you go. So what I'm doing is I'm also taking off any pieces of adhesive that are remaining. So that really doesn't take that long to do that. So just gluing down again. Now I'm securing that, really securing that snowflake so that it doesn't shift on me. Kind of playing with where that's going to go. And now I do want to get my title down, and as I said, the title is going to be Ghost Cat. And I have most of the letters, except I don't have any T's. So I'm going to have to MacGyver together a T. So what I'm going to do is take an F and take off the lower portion of the F, and then I'll use that on the other side of it, on the left side of it. So I'm going to do it on both of them. And then I'm just kind of gluing that, the extra piece, or well, not gluing it, but just putting it on my thicker guide there so that I knew about where I want them to land. And then I looked at that, and it just, both of the top parts of it were much longer than the bottom was going to be. The right was going to be longer than the left, so I just trimmed the right side of the F, former F, a little bit more. So then what I do there is just kind of, I'm positioning my letters there, but because I want them to land right on top of that piece, I have to just kind of realign them a little bit. It's not too bad, but a little bit. All right, so I like the way that looks. Now I just need to get the word cat down. And because I only have 3 letters, I'm just aligning them there. All right, so that is my title done. Now I love edges glued down. Not everybody does. Some people like the dimension of them. I don't mind some dimension, but I like them to be pretty secure. That's just my thing. And really when they sit in the page protector, that would flatten that out, but it is my thing. One of my things, I guess. Okay, so now I do want some more. I want a third, you know, our visual triangle of 3. I want a third group of snowflakes kind of up at the top there. And I am looking at my accent stickers there. That pink snowflake is from the Stickers with Foil Accents, which is the 6x12 sheet of stickers. And I'm kind of inking with these 2 things still together just so that I don't mess up the placement, because I liked where it was. And then as I put that gold back, I'm kind of playing with it, and it's feeling a little big to me because the gold snowflake and the pink snowflake there are about the same size. So I'm thinking about that. I haven't committed to it. I do have this cat, since it is about my black cat. I have this cat from Doodlebug, and that is the Shape Sprinkles in Kitten Smitten. So they're really cute. And then I want some things with some dimension. So then I grabbed a puffy sticker from the Snow and Cocoa line, and it's a house. So I thought that was appropriate since this is at my house. And then I also like these gold snowflake stickers here. So I'm going to grab one of those smaller ones, and those are the snowflake stickers with glitter accent. So that kind of takes care of my issue where it was the same size. The gold was the same size. I get that taken care of there. All right, and then I did place it slightly up so that I did cut off the top of the blue snowflake. I like that it just kind of goes off a little bit. So I'm adding some more puffy stickers here, and these are just snowflakes. I'm kind of changing which stickers I'm doing where. Just a little more dimension. All right, I will journal. You'll see that in the still shot and a couple of the detail shots. Hope you're all well, and we'll be back with another layout again soon. Bye.